$150. The suggested retail price for the pay-per-view event is $49.99. So it says suggested retail price, I suggest you buy it. 3 p.m. will be the first fight. 6 p.m. will be the first television fight on the undercard. We'll have more details on the whole card and the matches coming out soon. Or you can go to Twitter and read about it, where fights are made and killed every day on a daily basis. I'd like to introduce, at this point, to take us through the rest of the program, someone who celebrated his 50 years in promoting this past March. So July 23rd, it'll be 50 years and 4 months, and has promoted junior welterweight title fights throughout those years that include Arguello and Pryor and Chavez and De La Hoya and Cotto and Mayweather and Pacquiao. And July 23rd, it brings us to 2 more champions, Terence Crawford and Viktor Postol. Let me introduce Hall of Fame promoter Bob Arum.
Thank you very much, Carl, and I really appreciate that. You know, it's enough to say 50 years. You don't have to start counting down each month, you know. Hey, he lived another month. I want to thank Zakati for sponsoring this event. Zakati has been with us for many years and has sponsored some of the biggest pay-per-view cards that we presented. And I want to thank the motion picture, another one of our sponsors, Hands of Stone, which will be coming out in August, and it's the picture based on the life of Roberto Duran. So ironic, we have here the main event for the 140-pound super lightweight title, and Carl mentioned all of the great fighters that were champions at 140, and Roberto Duran's name wasn't mentioned because he never held a 140-pound title. He went from lightweight right up to welterweight. And but anyway, Roberto will be in attendance, and it's always great to have him at one of our events. This fight will be distributed by HBO pay-per-view, and they do a tremendous job distributing the fight to the pay-per-view industry. And we have here, representing HBO pay-per-view, our good friend Tony Walker. Tony?
Thanks, Bob. Thank you all for coming today. HBO pay-per-view is very pleased to present in his first pay-per-view show, Terence Crawford, who we think is emerging as one of boxing's brightest and best fighters. He's a star in the making. I'm sure Terence, when he talks, can talk about his story, but he's had many appearances on HBO, all punctuated with spectacular wins. We think he's a crowd pleaser, and we think he's great in being able to sell himself. His reward for all those great performances and all that work he's put in is another championship fighter who some people consider as good as Terence, and Viktor Postol. Competition is what drives pay-per-view, and we have competition in droves on July 23rd. I want to thank our distributors in the cable, satellite, and telephone on those sites, because they continue to show their commitment to boxing. We had Dish Network here today taking some interviews, and they're going to be a very important part of showcasing this fight and showcasing the development of Terence and other pay-per-view fighters that we have coming on board. The suggested retail price for the fight is $49.95. When you consider that you're getting 2 of the best fighters in boxing, along with a great undercard that I'm sure Bob will talk about, it's a good deal and a good way to spend a good summer's night watching the best prize fighting in the world. So please give all the acknowledgement and interest, and talk about it with your readers, listeners, and viewers. We have 2 great fighters here and a great night of boxing, and we promise you a great telecast from HBO pay-per-view. Thank you.
This fight a unification fight, which means that the WBC champion, Viktor Postol, will fight against the WBO champion, Terence Crawford. Not only are they two champions, they're both undefeated, and without any question, they are the two best 140-pounders around today. That's why I'm so excited about this fight. When the best fight the best, and it's clearly in this division, the best fighting the best, the public will respond. And I know they will respond to this card, and we have built it up as much as possible. There will be a world championship fight on the undercard from the super middleweight division. Alberto Ramirez, who just defeated Arthur Abraham to win the title, will be fighting Dominic British of Germany. Top contender, Oscar Valdez, will fight Matias Rueda, and Jose Benavides Jr. will go against Francisco Santana. That will be the U.S. televised pay-per-view card. But in addition, on the international card, we will have two outstanding fights that will be televised all over the world. Lenny Z from Australia, I always had difficulty with your last name, Lenny, will be fighting Ik Yang of China. Lenny is out there. Stand up, Lenny. An Olympic gold medal winner from Japan in the middleweight division, Ryoto Murata, will be fighting Native American from Lawton, Oklahoma, George Tadanobubo. But he's a terrific fighter, and it should be a very, very good fight. How the hell did he get a name like Tadu Anipa? Must have some kind of meaning. Anyway, I'm really privileged, and Top Rank is privileged, to present this card, particularly the main event. And we have invited to Las Vegas, the MGM Grand, where the event will be held, fans from all over the country, from all over the world, but particularly fans from Omaha, Nebraska, and fans from the Ukraine. And as far as we're going to do a party the night before the fight at the MGM Grand for all those people buying tickets from Omaha. Mission to the party is show your ticket, show your driver's license from Nebraska, and you get into the party. It should be a lot of fun the night before. And we're going to also do a party for our friends from the Ukraine. I'm going to talk to my good friend, the mayor of Kiev, Vitaly Klitschko, and hopefully he'll bring or get a lot of people to come from Ukraine to watch their great champion, Viktor Postol. So it should be a festive July night in Las Vegas. And now it's with great pride that I will introduce a good friend of boxing, a man who is making a mark here in the United States and around the world, the manager of Viktor Postol. Please welcome Vadim Kornilov. Vadim?
Thank you, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here again. Another great Top Rank show coming up. We went through a long process of putting this fight together. It was on and off for a while, but definitely glad that it's finally happening. This is going to be a great fight for the fans. Everybody's going to definitely enjoy this fight because, as we said before, there's not one person, not one critic that can really predict what's going to happen in this fight. There's no prediction on who's the favorite. I mean, even the odds, I'm sure they're going to be slanted towards the U.S. native boxer, but at the end of the day, it's a 50-50 fight. It's been a pleasure, always working with Top Rank, Viktor Postol. He came from a small village near Kiev. It's been a long, long road. Now he's here fighting on HBO pay-per-view. I would like to thank Bob Arum. I'd like to thank Elite Boxing, Stepan Janevetsky, everybody who was a part of this, Freddie Roche, Gavin McMillan, and the rest of the team. Looking forward to the event, and I hope everybody comes out to support and everybody orders the fight on pay-per-view, because you don't want to miss this fight. This is going to be a great fight. And now I'd like to invite Freddie Roche, the legendary trainer of Viktor Postol, to say a couple of words about the fight.
This is exactly what boxing needs, the best fight and the best. I think this is a great fight. We had a lot of work ahead of us, and we have a long, hard training camp. I'd like to wish Terence Crawford the best of luck, and the best man will win. Thank you.
Terence is here with his two co-managers, Cameron Duncan and Brian McIntyre. And Brian is one of Terence's trainers, so I'd like to call Brian to the microphone to say a few words. Brian?
I just want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting this event. HBO pay-per-view, Viktor, Freddie Roche, manager. Like he said, it's going to be a good fight. I commend Viktor for wanting to step up and make the best fight. I know he's a good fighter. Freddie's a good trainer. But we will show them that we are the best in the game. Thank you.
And now, I'd like to bring to the microphone Vadim again, who will introduce the WBC champion, a tremendous fighter. And this, we promoted 2 fights for Viktor. One against a Turkish guy, Aiden, who the question was, could Viktor stay away from him? Because Aiden was a tremendous knockout puncher, and Viktor knocked the Turk out. And then, of course, you remember the Matisse fight at StubHub, where the same thing. How could Viktor hold off a tremendous puncher like Matisse, the Argentinian? And Viktor not only held him off, but knocked him out. Right? So I'd like to bring up to the microphone Vadim Kornilov, who will introduce the WBC champion, Viktor Postol.
When the 18th fight, before it happened, Elite Boxing was looking to do the fight in the Ukraine, and they wanted to win the first bid there. They wanted to win the first bid to take the fight there, but then the other team did not want to go to the Ukraine because of certain political issues that were still going on over there. So the first thing we did is we started looking for an option to put the fight in the U.S. And the first thing we did is call Bob and said, Bob, there's a Postol, there's a kid that's from the Ukraine that's going to be fighting for a mandatory position. And Bob said, no problem, we'll put the fight on. We'll find a date and he'll be on the show. After that, HBO was helpful enough to make it part of the telecast, and I think that was the start of Viktor Postol's career in the United States, and that fight probably was the first fight that started making him a star. And I think that kind of explains that, the reason that this is all happening and the Top Rank is a part of it is because they gave this kid a chance and they put him, they showcased him to everybody in the United States together with HBO. And after that, Matisse, that was a fight that everybody probably knows Viktor by now, and nobody expected what he did in that fight, and Right now, I'll bring Viktor up to say a couple of words about what he expects from the Crawford fight.
Good afternoon to everyone. I am very pleased to be in the USA again. It is also a pleasure to see you all. I especially want to thank Elite Boxing Company. Also, I would like to thank Vadim Kornilov, my manager, Top Rank, and Bob Adam for the opportunity to take part in this unification fight. On the 3rd of October 2015, I fulfilled my ambition to becoming WBC champion. I am sure that I will unify the WBC and WBO belt on the 23rd of July. For my part, I will do my best in the regard with the help of my team. Freddy Roach, Marvin Samadjo, Alexander Polishuk, Oleg Kovalchuk, Gavin Macmillan, and Matt Mahou. It will be a spectacular fight. It wish you all good luck. May the best win me. Thank you very much.
Viktor, congratulations on your English. No, it's tremendous. It's tremendous to see. We had a press conference a couple weeks ago in New York for his compatriot Vasily Lomachenko, who also spoke English. So that's very good. Our guys forget about it, including the promoter, the American promoter. We can't speak a word of any foreign tongue. Maybe Terence Crawford is unique. Not only is he a terrific fighter, people are just realizing that around the country. He's had a tremendous ride, went over to England to win the lightweight championship, now is the super lightweight champion in the WBO. Also, he's unique. He comes from the Midwestern part of the United States, Omaha, Nebraska, who haven't recently turned out that many great fighters. Comes from Grand Rapids, but he spent all of his professional life in Las Vegas. Terence has stayed at home in Omaha, and he comes out of Omaha really basically to fight, and he's become one of the most popular fighters in the country. This is his first entrance into the pay-per-view ranks, and he and we hope that it will be a long ride in the pay-per-view because that's where, in this climate, the big fights occur. Not only is he a terrific fighter, he's a great young man. I learned recently how he spends most of his summers, not this one, but previous ones, in Africa, helping various poor townships with water supplies and so forth. Really a terrific representative of the sport of boxing. He's the WBO super lightweight champion of the world. Please welcome Terence Crawford.
How everybody doing? First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for blessing me to be here, for blessing me with this opportunity that I'm about to have July 23rd. I'd like to thank Team Postol for calling me out, making this a reality. July 23rd. It's gonna be a great night of boxing. We got the 1 versus 2 unification fight. On paper, everybody says it's a 50-50 fight. But in my eyes, I'm looking at going in there and destroying this man right here. I know I don't say too much to the public because I'm always focused on the task at hand. But when I say this is different for me, this is different for me. I'm looking forward to putting on a great performance, my first pay-per-view, and I'm looking forward to many more to come. And after July 23rd, my record will be 29-0 with 21 knockouts. Thank you.
And now thanks to my friend Vitaly Klitschko, the mayor of Kiev, and the Ukrainian government, we have a special presentation of an official postage stamp. Right?
Where does this come from? News to me. What do you tell us about this?
On July 23rd, we're looking forward for Viktor Postol to put his stamp on the 140-pound division and put his name in history. This will be my stamp in the history of boxing after this fight.
Well, Terence, he wants to give it to you, huh?
Oh my God.
I want to thank the top-ranked knockouts for being here today and gracing the stage. Tickets go on sale now at the MGM Ticketmaster, and we expect a tremendous crowd for July 23rd. Ticket prices $300, $200, $150. So it's very, very affordable. It's a great way to spend a summer weekend in the fabulous city of Las Vegas. And we're looking forward to this event. We expect a great fight, a great card, and I can't wait for July 23rd. So thank you all for coming, and now we'll pose the fighters. Thank you.
Each of you hold your belts.
Where you want to be, right there? No, let's go right there. It's fine. Hey, Fred. Crawford, back up just a tad, please. There you go. It's good. One more right here, straight ahead, please. Hey, buddy. You get down? 1 second. I get the knockouts in there with Fred real quick? Someone old has got to go. You guys good? Everybody good?
Everybody good?
Yeah, thanks, Fred.
Thanks. We're going to do one-on-ones, these two areas here.
What do you,